Hi, Professor Lauren Rosen. Well, hi, home. We are Group 1. Our group member includes Arida 6, Haraskan, Gurasit 6, Tihinle, and Resma Susan Skaria. Today we want to talk about CUSMA agreement that opened a new part to cooperation between Canada, the US, and Mexico. We will provide some highlight and change of the agreement, negotiation process, some positive effect, and the threat to Canadian company. We want to talk about agricultural fuel with three companies, Rick Jackson International, AZT Food and Ingredient, and Agricole United.
Hi, I'm Reshma. I'm giving an idea of NAFTA and CUSMA in my presentation. So the first slide is regarding history and highlights of NAFTA. On January 1st, 1994, the North American Free Trade Agreement came into effect, which is a trilateral agreement between Canada, the United States, and Mexico. It reduced tariffs, customs duties, and other trade barriers between the three countries. It also automated cross-border movement of goods and services within the free trade area. It also encouraged fair competition within the free trade area. The main goal was to liberalize trade in agriculture, the automobile manufacturing industry, and textiles. It also aimed to protect intellectual property rights, create methods for resolving disputes, put in place labor and environmental. Next is CUSMA and main highlights. On July 1st, 2020, the Canada-United States-Mexico Agreement, sometimes known as the new NAFTA, went into effect. It assists Canadian businesses and workers in operating new and more complicated trading contexts by increasing predictability and stability. NAFTA opens up trade opportunities between the US, Canada, and Mexico, but not all countries benefit equally. Thus, a new trade agreement was required to replace NAFTA. Clauses that remain unchanged while replacing NAFTA. They are cultural industries exemption, then except for its relocation to Chapter 10, Chapter 19, and Chapter 20 of NAFTA, which deals with the state-to-state dispute settlement procedure, temporary entry visas, steels and aluminium tariff. Next is what is new and what has changed while NAFTA was replaced. Sunset clause, greater access to wine market, currency manipulation and trade with China. And what has changed includes dairy industry, Chapter 11, auto exports, de minimis import thresholds for duty and tax collection, intellectual property. Next is benefits and opportunities CUSMA offer for the Canadian companies. It safeguarded Canada's dairy supply management system. Addition in Chapter 11, the Section 232 tariff exemption cap is also beneficial for Canada. Then favorable circumstances for small business enterprises. Duty-free status for 99.99% of Canadian exports to the US and Mexico, and also the market access for Canada's service industries, especially financial services. That's it, and the rest of the portion will be taken by my friend Lee. Thank you.
So, the CUSMA it had brought a lot of benefits and opportunity for Canadian company. It is a Canadian company with access to 450 million consumers, and 99% of Canada export to the US continue to benefit from duty-free treatment. New access to agriculture, fishing, and forestry export. But with since taking office, President Trump continuously took steps to fix that. Uh, it is unfair for the U.S. in multilateral trade agreement. In the U.S., it is called USMCE, MCA, while it is CUSMA in Canada and TMEX in Mexico. The difference in name show that the country tried to protect its benefits. Some industries and businesses in Canada may feel threatened by CUSMA. It is a direct market. Aluminum and steel SME of Canada are threatened by strong industries from US, and the government of Canada has been organized a lot of events to help the enterprise to understand more about the agreement. Since CUSMA, there's some trade disputes, including plastic ban, the ban of plastic use, that U.S. company tried to stop. And in energy sector, the U.S. also complained that Pemex, the state oil company of Mexico, has violated CUSMA protection for private sector. Canada has also raised concerns that new Mexican rules may threaten investment in renewable energy. With COVID-19 pandemic, the meeting, learning, and webinar have blossomed at different scale level. And we see that the application of digitalization and automation is faster in the field of artificial intelligence, robotics, e-commerce, blockchain, and e-commerce is growing fast this few years.
Hello, Professor. So, the company I've chosen today is AGT Food and Ingredients. AGT Food and Ingredients is one of the top 5 agri-businesses in Canada. It is probably the biggest provider of staple foods and food fixings all over the planet. It was established in 2007 and is settled in Saskatchewan, Canada. This company caters to almost 120 nations all over the planet. So the overall business volume with CUSMA that AGT covers is almost 1.36 billion US dollars. That is probably the highest, one of the highest values in the agricultural business. The positive changes that CUSMA had on AGT Food and Ingredients is that there was the introduction of features like agricultural biotechnology, which helped in generating more profits, and the presence of products with zero tariffs is still there, which was introduced with NAFTA. So the competitive position of agricultural business in Canada is quite moderate, and the intensity is influenced by variables present all throughout the planet. To increase competition, change in return rates, and adoption of newer strategies like, for example, agricultural biotechnology and many other is needed. That's the end of the slide. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Haris Khan, and I'm going to be talking about Richardson International. So Richardson's International's main business includes getting high quality products by having quality inputs, always working on enhancing their facilities and services, as well as improving their relationships. The company has developed a strong network of port terminals in Canada, and they also have Kelburn Farm and Bennett Farm as research and demonstration facilities in Western Canada. The company has been in Canada for more than 160 years. It was founded in 1857. They were also the first company to handle grain grown from Western Canada, and they helped service customers by building grain elevators in the prairie communities. Richardson International is a subsidiary of James Richardson and Sons Limited. There are around 141 companies in the Richardson International Limited Corporation family. So some of the products they have is Canadian grown grains and oil seeds, and a vertically integrated processor and manufacturer of oats and canola based products. So overall, Richardson International brings in around 3.11 billion in revenue in 2020. Richardson International has been positively affected by the agricultural biotechnology. There have been measures added in the agreement to promote this type of trade in ways to protect the consumer. Agriculture biotechnology being more available to the public, and the process has become more transparent. Also, with CUSMA, all agriculture products that have zero tariffs under NAFTA will remain, even with the new trade deal. With the decrease or elimination of tariffs, companies will spend less on the production as well as trade. This will lead to lower retail prices for many consumers and increased profits for many companies.